be building?
We've got a pretty good handle. You know, what we showed in the presentation was a little over 1,200 spaces, which doesn't really probably mean much to most people in the room. We have a number of standards that we go by for parking. One of them is the city requirement for code. Another one is what the retailers who are experienced and know what their customers need. You have to respond to them. And then our own experience in terms of what is the right amount of parking. You know, when you look at the site, we spent a good amount of time figuring out how to orient that parking so that it was the most efficient. We're going to be parked more than what's required per code. And I think the fact that we again have a theater with fewer seats emphasizes that there's going to be ample parking, because we think this is going to be a roaring success and we don't want people to be turned away. If you look at the site plan, we separated the parking into zones. And we put parking in the back. Now, a lot of times developers, they put parking in the back. It's just basically lip service to the parking. We wanted to do something much more user-friendly and meaningful. So when you look at that site plan, you will see there are 3 very wide pedestrian passageways from the back of the center to the front. Those will be very well lit pedestrian centers. We think the best parking is going to be in the back. We also, in the middle, where the parking is in the front, on the lower right, we created a landscape and pedestrian path that goes right through the center, so right through that parking lot, so that you can walk through a protected pedestrian walkway that walks you from the theater down towards the restaurants on the corner of Rinaldi and Porter Ranch. And that also serves to kind of bisect that parking and break up just sort of having a large parking area. And part of how we created the really spacing of the buildings is that we didn't want to create one area that had too much of a burden on parking. I don't know if you share, but we've noticed at the town center over by Starbucks, there's a lot of demand for parking right there. Not so much of demand for parking 600 feet in front of Walmart. And so we wanted to kind of make the parking much more central, so you don't have to, so that you can actually, from the zone standpoint, you can walk a very short distance to get to your destination.
Great. Before we get to our last question, I just want to remind everyone that we are not letting John leave and his team leave until the end of the meeting. So if you come across any other questions you may have, he'll be around and his team will be around and we'll be around. So you can get some FaceTime with us. Also, a lot of this information, some of it is already on our website at prnc.org, but we will be updating it with the information we got today.
So before we finish, I wanted to also thank everyone for coming.
I have one more question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The last question is, will there be programmed entertainment?
So that's a terrific question. And the answer is yes. So what that is, we don't know yet. But we spent a lot of time and energy creating a space that allows for programmed entertainment, whether that's a street festival or a concert in the park, or it could be a number of different things. I mean, right, you saw, and some people probably saw an ice skating rink, right? So that's an example of the type of opportunity that we're creating by creating this big open space. And so it could be a lot of things. It could change over time. It'll evolve. I mean, it'll become part of really this community in terms of how that becomes used and what the community wants to see there, and how that becomes part of really what will end up being sort of the legacy of the center is what types of events people come here to participate in. So yes, I can't say I don't have this calendar yet for 2018 events, but we'll get there.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Sean.
So thank you. Thank you. And I just want to again thank everyone for coming. I know that I'm not the most dynamic speaker, and our video wasn't the best, but hopefully it gave you a sense of what we're looking for. I will be here. I will wait. I will answer your questions if you have them. And I'm going to let Mitch say a farewell. Thank you again for the time. And thank you.
Thank you, John, very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. It's thinning out, so I'll go quick. I just want to thank everybody. I'm not going to stick around because it's more important that you talk to them, quite frankly. The concerns, ideas, suggestions, and thoughts that you have, share them with me, share them with our staff. This is deep down the road in concept, but again in concept. And so listening to your ideas and suggestions, I felt that it was far enough down the road and I was proud enough about some of the elements that are designed into this that it was worthy of bringing to you guys. And I hope you felt the same way. So I want to thank them for coming out here. I want to thank all of you. I'm really excited about the idea of an ice skating rink and all the little things they've baked into this. And so thank you all again for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you to the Porter Ranch Neighborhood Council once again for everything you do.
Thank you. I just want to remind you guys that the Land Use Committee is going to actually discuss and put forth a recommendation to the full board. That's next, and the full board is going to vote on that recommendation. So stick around for those conversations, but we need to conclude our meeting now. So if the Land Use Committee will please take the stage, that'd be great.